welcome everyone. So whether you're joining us live or watching the recording, we're so glad that you joined us to learn more about the expedition cruising experience in the Galapagos with Celebrity. We are Suzanne and Steve Klasen. We are owners of CruiseOne in Show Low, Arizona. If you're new to my agency, maybe you found us through our advertising or referred by friends, I want you to get to know me. I want you to feel comfortable booking with me. Our agency specializes in personalized concierge level service. I'm happy to do a phone consultation with you, talk about your cruise plans, your dreams. I build strong relationships with my clients, and I grow my business through repeats and referrals. And that's very important to me. You're never just a transaction. And people who I consider some of my closest friends or clients who have cruised on one of our escorted group cruises. So we're extremely happy to introduce the expedition experience. Steve and I are avid cruisers. We've done 47 traditional cruises. It might even be more than that now. We've visited all 7 continents. We've organized and hosted group cruises to Antarctica, but that was on a big celebrity ship. So our first expedition experience with Celebrity was on the Flora, and we did it this September, and it was a tremendous experience. 100-passenger ship. So we're so excited that you decided to kind of take the plunge into learning more about the Galapagos experience with Celebrity. So just really quickly, I want to talk to you about some of the advantages of working with my agency. I have a lot of training and experience to guide customer decisions. There's a cruise line to fit every style and budget. And the best kept secret in travel is that your price is going to be the same, or in case of the cruise we're featuring tonight, better through me as your travel agent than it would be if you booked directly with Celebrity Cruises. The commission that we earn is built into the price of the cruise, whether you use one or not. And quite often, as in the case of this special cruise night event, I have a special promotion that you don't get if you book directly with Celebrity. I'm easily accessible by phone, text, email, nearly 24/7. I work for you, my clients, just get paid by the cruise line. It's the best of both worlds. So really quickly to talk about our agenda, we're going to talk about the itinerary, the ship, the Celebrity difference, and the best part, we're gonna close with our special discount pricing that we have for the Celebrity Galapagos experience. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Jansen Lagman. He is my partner in Celebrity Cruises. He works in their sales department. We have been together, I think now, 6 years, Jansen, we've been working together, maybe even longer than that. And we've done many a Galapagos event together. And so I'm going to introduce Jansen, and he is going to share with us the Celebrity Galapagos experience.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that warm introduction. Super thrilled to be here. And yes, Suzanne, we've been working together, I think 6 or 7 years, but the key word is successfully working together. Ladies and gentlemen, she is being humble and polite. Make no mistake, Suzanne is an award-winning travel advisor, top producer, you name it. She is definitely an expert, not just in the field of Celebrity, but in the field of travel, and more exclusively now with the expedition style cruises. So this is, if it's not already on your wish list, Galapagos should be right up there. If you've had any interest in, some of those pictures that Suzanne has shown, whether it's going to the Arctic Circle, to Antarctica, to African Safari, Galapagos should be right there in your top 4, because Celebrity Cruises does indeed offer a truly seamless and all-inclusive. When I mean all-inclusive, it is everything. And at the same time, being environmentally conscious, because we want to make sure we exceed the Ecuadorian guidelines and laws in terms of leaving our footprint in the area. And I mentioned when it is all-inclusive, most popular would be your 10-night package. That will certainly include pre and post experiences in Quito, which, by the way, 2 of the very first UNESCO World Heritage Sites that were designated was indeed the Galapagos as well as Quito, and that includes Quito as your pre-night as well as a one-night post. This also includes the 7-night Galapagos cruise that is all inclusive from your food, your I want to say entertainment, but more like shore excursions, because keep in mind, this is indeed a expedition style cruise, so not your typical cruise. If you have
And I
time,
just wanted to add, it looks like the line item from the next slide, which is the one where you add the Machu Picchu experience, somehow got on that other slide. But the 10 and 11 night ones don't include Machu Picchu. You got to go to the 16 night for Machu Picchu. So
that's correct.
take it
Thank
away,
you.
Jansen.
No, no, absolutely. So if you do have the extra time, and I always say, if you're already down there, might as well add the Machu Picchu and knock off 3 off your travel wish list, which is Machu Picchu, Quito, as well as, of course, the reason why we're all here is the Galapagos Islands. If you're new to the Galapagos, or if you've heard about it, you've probably heard of the term, but similar to my experience, when I first joined the celebrity brand, have heard of the Galapagos, never quite knew where it was. So I always like to share this amazing map, which of course you'd fly to Quito. And then within that package, we actually charter a flight from Quito to Baltra. So everybody on that cruise will be with you on that flight, exclusive flight to Baltra. And then you take your 7-day cruise. We do use the JW Marriott, which is a perfect fit for the celebrity brand. So you will have a 2-night stay here, which will include, reception from your celebrity cruise experts down there in Quito, as well as some of your meals. And of course, your tours will be included. I mentioned the colonial city of Quito, which is also a designated UNESCO World Heritage Site. So a great opportunity to visit this very unique city. Our partnership with Avianca, we're actually the only cruise line that charters a flight from Quito to Baltra, so very unique to Celebrity. And again, this is an exclusive partnership where everyone on board this flight will also be joining you on board the Celebrity Flora. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why this is one of my favorite, if not the top of my favorite products that Celebrity offers, because there is a difference between visiting and experiencing. And we firmly believe, and I think you'll agree, that your typical traveler is no longer just there to see like landmarks and, certain destinations. They want to fully experience it. And you'll hear the word immersive in this experience because you'll see it through the eyes of our experts. In each of our shore excursions, you will be this close to wildlife. In fact, the Galapagos Islands is the only destination in our portfolio where I can not only guarantee wildlife sightings, but interaction as well through an intimate type of experience. So maximum for each excursion is fully escorted with a ratio of 10 to 1, 1 being the naturalist, of course, and 10 being the guests. And you'll have a variety of different excursions that fit your abilities and your preference as well. So whether you want to do advanced snorkeling, a very nice cruise exploration on one of our Nova Ronia yacht tenders, say that 3 times fast, as well as some off-beach excursions, and of course, hiking through this vast numbers of islands there. And as I mentioned, you can be this close. We do encourage it because they are more interested in us than we are of them. And you will learn all about the settings, the wildlife, the vegetation throughout various different types of lands. So you'll see white sand, red sand, black sand beaches, along with lava rocks, where you'll witness these very unique wildlife that are exclusive to the Galapagos Islands, including this only marine-going iguana in the world. So they will forage for their food underwater. And when they do come up to the lava rocks, you'll notice that it looks like they're sneezing, but they're actually expelling the salt water from their lungs, which is kind of an amazing, and again, unique to the destination. You'll see a variety of different birds, including the flightless cormorant, which actually can be found up and down the coast of California, all the way to Washington as well. And the only difference in the Galapagos, they've actually lost their ability to flight because they also get their food source from the ocean as well. And of course, what I call the A, B, and C celebrity listers. Yes, the celebrity list. The A-lister being, of course, the very cute, adorable, most sought after, the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the blue-footed booby. This is certainly one of the best highlights when it comes to visiting the Galapagos. And again, this is a journey that you can take 52 weeks a year. And we are open, by the way, if I didn't mention, all the way through 2026. We just opened, is today the 19th? No, today's the 20th. So yesterday we just opened through
Yesterday,
20.
yep.
Yep. And the waved albatross again, and you know, and the wildlife here really is just so plentiful, and again, super protected by the Ecuadorian government. And when I mentioned white sand beaches, a great opportunity to see sea lions and penguins and a lot of different wildlife that will indeed go up to you. And as you're snorkeling, they may even pull on your fins, blow some bubbles, and they expect you to blow bubbles back. Super adorable. Yes, exactly, right there. And this is not unique to this photo. This is actually pretty common, and they are super friendly. So obviously not for the faint of heart, but if you do love wildlife, you know, as much as I do, this is really kind of that unique setting. I want to introduce you now, you know, after a little bit of a teaser of what you can experience on the island as well. I didn't want to give away too much, but I do want to give away the most luxurious Ultra Lux, which, by the way, is the only vessel in the Galapagos Islands that is star rated by Forbes Travel Guide. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Celebrity Flora. All suites, 100 passengers, inspired by the one and only Celebrity Edge. So you'll see a lot of floor to ceiling windows throughout, open spaces, king size beds. Yes, I said king size beds. This is all suites, and really connects you to the destination, because the moment you wake up, those beds are facing outwards with floor to ceiling window. And I'm going to show you a video as well, which is coming up, that will, oh, here we go. Let's cue it. I will stop talking.
Eric, I need to turn up the volume. Hold on. And it truly is an amazing ship.
Love,
So
love that video. You know, as you can imagine, there are no words for me to describe that. I do have photos, but in this case, I think videos really tell the story. And as you go through that video, and we can share that as well, and with a later link, so you can watch it again. You have to keep in mind that that's 100 passengers maximum capacity, with such an amazing space and truly unique to the Celebrity brand. And you're looking at staterooms, which we'll show you as well, that are all suites. But first, let's highlight the back of this beautiful vessel. You'll notice on the left, top left-hand side, this vessel is purposely built exclusively for the Galapagos. Sails 52 weeks a year, even down to revamping what typical expedition cruise ships use, which is a Zodiac. We actually purposely built a Novo Ronia yacht tender that will attach directly to the back of that marina for a more graceful embarkation and disembarkation process, especially with tendering. You'll notice the steps right in the front that will step right up into the marina. And you'll notice on the left-hand side, right in front of that gentleman in the front, there is a hydraulic ramp where you can walk right off for those beach landings. Thank you for that cursor, Suzanne. So if you can imagine
those
if
yacht
we
tenders
put,
are easy to
yes,
use. Easy
and
to
you can
use.
go ahead and go through these photos, Suzanne, so we can
Okay.
see them. But if you can imagine if we put that much thought and design into just the tendering process alone, can you imagine the rest of the ship? And again, we
Oh,
wanted
and
to, oh, go ahead,
the
Suzanne.
dining room. I was just going to say the food was so good. Oh my gosh. But I'll get to that in my presentation. But the dining room is beautiful as well.
Absolutely. And you'll notice the colors, right? While we wanted to make sure we kind of had a modern take to it, we wanted to make sure it still matched the destination. So you'll see a lot of that wicker, some browns, and of course the blues. And gosh, what expedition cruise will have a sunset lounge with this gorgeous plunge pool as well, with both indoor and outdoor eating.
Yeah, that outdoor dining space is really nice because the weather is usually very nice in the evenings in the Galapagos.
Here's a great shot of that ocean grill for al fresco dining. So you do have that option. And of course, an option as well to do Galapagos glamping. It's a great opportunity to see the stars in the southern hemisphere as well. Quite different from what we see in the north. And then I do want to highlight that is all suite accommodations, so all premium benefits. And then we can go through the amenities. So essentially the largest, most luxurious Galapagos suites, full suites automation. Again, in line with our eco-friendly approach, we wanted to ensure that no plastic bottles are on board, but we do have in-suite filtered water in each of your staterooms. Personal suite attendant service, laundry service. We did add that recently, I believe just 2 years ago. Complimentary backpacks, refillable water, rain ponchos, high-speed Wi-Fi if you want to stay connected, premium linens, pillow menus, in-suite room service, an extensive programming, but I encourage you, please do not watch TV unless you really, really want to, but the destination should be your where your eyes should be capturing. This is a great shot of our penthouse suite, super unique to Celebrity, about 1,300 square feet. There are 2 of them, floor-to-ceiling windows throughout, and again, each suite does have a king-size bed similar to our Edge series, and we can go through these too, Suzanne.
Yeah, we'll go through them quickly.
Great shot of the Royal Suite. Yep.
Yeah.
About 560 square feet. And this is
Now
your
we
average.
had,
Oh,
I was going to say, we had a sky suite with an infinite veranda and we loved it.
yes. Yeah. So your standard sky suite would be here at about 337 square feet using that infinite veranda. And you can see the bird's eye view. Even the bathroom has a window connecting you always to the destination with that floor to ceiling. Again, letting a lot of that natural light in. And we do have, again, different styles of infinite veranda. In this particular case, the bird's eye view shows the bathroom behind the king size bed, but that there's a mirror in there that will actually slide to the right and you can still be connected to the destinations. For all of you traditionalists that are wondering if there are traditional verandas, we do have those. So instead of the infinite veranda, which eliminates the threshold between indoor and outdoor living, you can have a separation here as well, which is about 330 square feet. So we do want to make sure we exceed governmental guidelines when it comes to the Galapagos. In fact, we are the first cruise line to always be approved by the government to renew our contract. In addition, we've expanded our eco footprint to include dynamic positioning system, which means we no longer use anchors on our vessel so that we don't disturb the ocean floor. We use a computer that will basically keep our ship in the same spot, which is an amazing technology. We use reverse osmosis, in-suite water filtration system, zero single-use plastics. We've incorporated solar panels as well, a state-of-art recycling system, and the list just goes on. It's actually equipped with fuel efficiency as well. I always get, what should I wear? Well, it's it's one of those where you have two types. So it's casual and casual. So this is not your typical cruise. There will be no formal nights. There will not be any entertainment. This is truly an expedition, an adventure, and the entertainment that you'll see is basically when you're ashore up to 2 to 3 excursions per day. Weather is consistent year round. It's very close to the equator. January through June, warm. March through April, warm. July through December, also warm. So it does continue that theme, and one of the reasons why we're able to sail 52 weeks a year. The differences in itineraries, well, there's a couple, right, to ensure, but really it's when you're free, right? You go, you pick the date that you're available, and your experience in the Galapagos will be very similar to any of the options that we have. There's no benefit that outweighs the other. In fact, the only reason we have two different loops, we call it loops, is because the Ecuadorian government emphasizes that we can't visit the same port twice in 2 weeks. So it gives a chance for the area to kind of recover, as well as the wildlife, where you're not hitting those same ports twice in 1 week. So I encourage you to take advantage of this really, really unique destination, because for me, this word really describes what you feel afterwards or even during, which is truly a transformational experience like no other. And when it comes to celebrity, we are the #1 product in the Galapagos. In fact, I'll share with you, we have a near 100% guest satisfaction rating. That's 99.99 guest satisfaction rating. So I am confident, as you will be when you go and take advantage of this amazing destination.
All right. Well, I am one of those satisfied clients. Steve and I went in September of last year. We did the outer loop itinerary, and I get to share with you some of my own personal pictures. Now, I'm not a professional photographer. I'm not a birder. I'm not. I would not have, before I did an expedition cruise, I wouldn't have even considered myself necessarily a wildlife enthusiast. But now I am. I am like, it was transforming. It really was an experience for me where I got to see and do things that were just outside of my comfort zone, but soon became something that I was really loving and enjoying. So this picture I love because it's got 3 of the unique wildlife all in one picture, all hanging out together on the lava rocks, which are also unique. Now, let's talk about logistics. We started in Phoenix. It was really seamless. We flew to Quito and Baltra and back, and every aspect was handled seamlessly from Celebrity. Celebrity did our long haul air. I have this picture of the little bus right here because they meet you as soon as you clear customs and you get your luggage. They meet you. They have a cart to put your luggage in at the airport. They know who's coming in and what flights they're on. And then when all the people that are there to pick up that are coming in at that time, they walk you right out to the bus. It's about an hour drive from the airport to the city of Quito. They get you checked into the beautiful JW Marriott. They even give you like a little smoothie drink and a 5-minute massage when you get to the hotel. So it's pretty incredible, that seamless experience. And then again, here's some more of my animal pictures. I've got the sea lions. This is at Gardner Bay. There are flamingos in Galapagos, and these are my own pictures. So, it just gives you an idea of what kind of wildlife you see. I do encourage you to buy a zoom camera. I bought an inexpensive one, like on Amazon for like $350 with a nice zoom, and it was kind of a point and shoot, but it has zoom, and that's why I was able to get some of these great bird pictures. Here's my Nazca booby pictures. Here's 3 of the other birds that we saw. This is a brown knotty tern. This is the wave albatross. And they did a little dance for us. It was really cute. And we even saw a Galapagos penguin, which are the rarest penguin species. I think there's only about 5,000 Galapagos penguins because they only live here in the Galapagos and their habitat is so small. Again, I joke about it. I'm not a birder, but there's my giant blue heron. That's a visitor. That's a bird that commutes in and out of the Galapagos. I've got the frigate birds. Those are the ones that during mating season, the males blow up that big red heart on their neck. And when they have selected a mate, she will actually kind of deflate his balloon to show that they are mating and they're together and he's off the market. And then we have some pictures of some young flamingos where their color hasn't quite come in. And these are some of my blue-footed booby pictures. You can see blue-footed booby was also the drink of the day one day when you get back to the ship. So that was kind of fun. The reptiles are just amazing. This is one of the land iguanas. These are the marine iguanas. And this is what's called a lava lizard. And of course, this is what I think everyone comes to see is the Galapagos tortoises. They were almost hunted to extinction, and several of the unique species on certain islands were not able to be saved, but they are doing wonderful work at the Darwin Center and really having a lot of success in bringing this species back. And this, of course, these are pictures that we took in the wild. And this close-up of this guy is at the Darwin Breeding Center. So let's look at the ship. The ship is absolutely beautiful. You can see it behind us in this picture. This is the presentation lounge where they do the naturalists do some of their presentations. They talk about the different excursions that are offered the next day. And you simply sign up. You go, oh, I'd like to do that, or I want to do the snorkeling. I want to do the little hike. You can pick and choose what you want to do, and you simply sign up the day of. And the dining room is really special. But this is the celebrity flora ship, and this is the flora of Galapagos. So many unique plant species live there. And this is a picture of Steve planting a tree. We saw a little picture of the tree planting in Jansen's presentation. And it's really interesting because you go into this area where they're planting trees and you're like, well, they knocked down a bunch of trees. Well, they knocked down non-native species like avocado or mango trees or trees that were not native. And by planting these native species, they're actually creating a breeding habitat for the birds and the insects that need these native species in order to be able to breed. So Celebrity is actively working to restore the environment on the Galapagos Islands. And you've also got great food on this ship. You have some of the celebrity favorites that you have on other cruises. The menu is designed by the same people, but they also try to put in a lot of Ecuadorian favorites. I think I had ceviche every single day during the cruise. But if you're not a seafood eater, and you saw in that other picture, there was turkey, pork, beef, plenty of other foods that we all enjoy if you're not a seafood eater. They also are very careful, and I'm going to show this. You see it has the labels of all the different allergens. They had vegan options. They even had a vegan ceviche one day that was made with avocado and hearts of palm. So that's actually what that is. This is the vegan ceviche that day. That's what that picture is. Just amazing food. Breakfast and lunch are a buffet, and then dinner is full service. And the waiters are all wonderful. They have the best people in Ecuador working on this ship, and that's what it truly is. Ecuadorian immersion. You really get a sense of what it's like to be an Ecuadorian. You 90% of the staff are from Ecuador. Again, the food, you can get typical local meals. It's really a unique experience. And we loved visiting Quito. It was a lovely city. They offer you a full day tour where you go and you visit these historic churches. You have lunch, a catered lunch at a convent that was absolutely amazing. And then they take you out to the Museum of the Equator, which is actually located right on the equator. And it really is a museum of Ecuador because they have all things that are so unique to Ecuador there. Do a little presentation for you. And there's a picture of me standing on the equator.
Great pick,
And
Suzanne.
and then the chocolate and the llama. That was just that museum of the equator was really interesting. And also when you visit the main island of Santa Cruz, that is the island where people live in the Galapagos. It's one of the few islands where there's fresh water. And of course, we know that that's one of the essential things we need for people to live. We were treated to this wonderful tour of the town. There was a chance to go souvenir shopping. That's when I got my t-shirt, was when we visited the town. But they had a wonderful folkloric group come out and perform during our lunch there. Again, all of this is included. It's not extra. It was a real treat to really see the Ecuadorian culture come to life. And remember, I said I had ceviche every day, and that you didn't know they could make so many different kinds of ceviche. But like I said, if you're not a ceviche person, there's plenty of other food to eat. Um, this I was trying to show you a little bit more pictures of the easy on and off with the yacht tenders. Here you can see they have two people that are greeting you. You go up those stairs that are on the front. They grab your hand and you're just on and off. And you can see the ages of the people that are doing this. Um, this is something that people of all ages can enjoy. I think the youngest person on our cruise was about 18 or 19. And I know we had an older gentleman on our cruise that was well into his 90s. So a wide range of ages and abilities can enjoy this. Um, the naturalist staff, they're your chaperones to make sure you don't mess up the environment. And I mean, there was one lady that was trying to pull out a cough syrup wrapper and it was plastic, and he just looked at her like, no, no, you're not allowed to do that. So they are very much the stewards of the environment. They introduce you to all the different animals, the flora, the fauna. I mean, I remember him talking just about this grass, that these are pioneer plants that start to grow on the lava, start to break it up so that more plants can come in and grow. grow. Now, Jansen said there wasn't any entertainment, but there is. They do have a silent disco night, which if you've been on any celebrity cruise, it's always a fun night. Usually one of the last nights of the cruise. They do have a musician on board that plays the piano. Ours played several other instruments, including the pan flute. He would be playing music as we're coming back from our excursions. They do have Galapagos themed nature movies and documentaries that they show. So you see that sign where it's the silent disco. That's also the big screen. You can see it here where they show, usually it's going to be like Planet Earth, those type of documentaries, but some interesting things specific to the destination. And again, the naturalist lecture gave us lectures on what we saw or what we were going to see. And at the end of the cruise, they had a fun trivia night, and it was all questions about the Galapagos. So here's kind of a summary of our experience. Jansen mentioned this too. It is a year-round warm weather expedition. The food, the service, the crew, the naturalists, they just exceeded expectations. And the ship, it was, I can't say enough about the flora. It is just absolutely the perfect environment to explore the Galapagos. Again, the ecosystem there is so amazing with all these unique animals like the giant tortoises, the blue-footed buoys. You can see that picture of me, those sea lions, they couldn't care less that you're walking around. And you actually have to kind of walk away from them because you're not supposed to get closer to eat. Sometimes they'll come and approach you. You're like, no, you're allowed to get this close. But the landscapes, again, amazing. We love the hiking. I don't consider myself outdoorsy or an adventurer, and this was something that I fully embraced and loved and would do it again in a heartbeat. So
Rocking
here
really
is
cool
our
hats there
special.
too.
Yeah, my hats. Yeah, look at my great hat. You definitely want to
Us,
wear a
both
hat
of
because
us.
that Ecuador, yeah, that Ecuadorian sun is pretty intense. Um, so as a special offer for those of you who are attending this event, if you book by April 4th, you will receive $1,000. It's $500 per person off your Celebrity Flora Expedition cruise. And that is off the best rate. So we do a quote, and then Jansen is going to wave his magic wand and take another $500 per person off the standard quote. I would love for you to call me in the next couple days, and I can do a quote for you. Again, it's 52 weeks a year, so we just need to find a date that works with your schedule. And then we're going to send a follow-up email to this presentation. It's going to have links to this presentation. Plus, it'll also have links to our slideshow from our cruise on YouTube, my snorkeling video, and I didn't even have a chance to talk about snorkeling. I do want to mention that really quickly. I pushed myself. I wasn't sure if I could do the advanced snorkeling, and I was pleasantly surprised at how easy it was. The wetsuits give you a little extra buoyancy, the flippers, and you've got somebody with you, and those yacht tenders are following around. So if you do get a little tired, you just raise your hand and they come and pick you up. So if you're a good swimmer, you don't have to be like a professional racing swimmer, but if you're a good, strong swimmer, you can do the advanced snorkeling. And it was amazing. I have some video of, I've never seen so many fish in my entire life. And I even had a little sea lion come and swim by me too as well. That was really cool. So I also will send you a link to my blog where I have hundreds of pictures from our Galapagos experience. So Jansen, do you want to talk about the current special running from Celebrity right now?
Absolutely. Wow. Great presentation, Suzanne. I love the personalized pictures. It really means a lot, I think, as you guys can imagine, that the advisor that you're working with not only knows Celebrity, but has actually experienced the Galapagos herself firsthand. So any questions obviously would come with great advice from firsthand experience. But I have been with Celebrity, you guys, for almost 10 years now, and I have not seen a promotion this good. So right now it is 20% off all cruise packages. So whether you pick the 10-night package or the Machu Picchu package, it's 20% off. I believe that booking window is through May 31st. So we do have a limited time for that, and that's through open deployment up until 2026. And on the next slide, that also combines with flights on us to the Galapagos. So the quote they can also book for a limited time. We will include the air with that amazing promotion. So this is truly an all-inclusive. So from the air to the tours to the chartered flight between Quito and Baltra, all in one package just for you. And of course, exclusively through Suzanne with this promotion, we are going to do a special fare of $1,000 off. And again, that's so that's on top of the 20% off. On top of the flights on us, we are adding $1,000 off, so essentially $500 off per person. It's not going to get any better than that. So I'm hoping while you're muted, I can hear oohs and ahs and rounds of applause throughout for that promotion.
Well, we're gonna kind of wrap this up. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, but I just want to encourage you, all of you, to reach out to me. This is truly a great time to book this product. It is an amazing experience. We focus mostly on the flora, but I do want to mention that Celebrity does have two other smaller, older ships that also do the Galapagos. So sometimes when people are on a little bit more of a budget, they might look at those ships as well. It's the same experience ashore, but it is going to be little bit different. It's not the all-suite experience that you have on the Flora. I would recommend doing Flora. If you're going to go to Galapagos, do it in style and in a beautiful ship that's outward facing, so you're not going to miss a minute of the Galapagos. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my screen share. And I'm glad to go back to any slides. If anybody has any questions, I can go back and revisit something. But I just wanted to let you know, just if you have any questions, just unmute yourself and ask away.
I think we were so thorough. Either that or maybe they're muted.
I can't find the mute button. Yeah.
Shy. Yeah, sometimes people are a little shy. Well, do we want to just go ahead and stop the recording? And then sometimes people are a little less shy once they know they're not